Operation status quo. Operation status quo. Prepare to engage. Operation status quo. Ready to engage. Operation status quo. Engaged. Engaged. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, my beautiful people out there. Oh my gosh, there you are. I see you. I see you. Oh, don't stop it. Stop it. I know. It's so I'm just as happy as you are. I'm just as happy to see you as you are to see me, and that's what's really beautiful about Operation Status Quo, because it is a place of love and joy and togetherness and oneness and all those cozy feelings that go along with it. Hello, I am Pete Palma, and welcome to Operation Status Quo here on a Monday, a beautiful, happy, cozy, wonderful, any other beautiful words you want to throw in there, Monday, because every day's a beautiful day. You know, I went for a walk today, and as I was walking this morning, I saw a gentleman sitting outside. I said, "Good morning," and he went, "It is a good morning." And I said, "Yes, sir. Damn well right it is, sir. Yes, sir. It is." There's nothing funny about that. Stop it now. Let's not laugh. For anybody who was here with me on Friday, I went a little bit on a tirade, not a tirade, but it was going on about my sound effects and the computer freezing up on me, and some crap. Listen, it is what it is with all this technical stuff sometimes. It doesn't always go the way you want it to go. So, but I can't help myself. I love the little environment that we create here, and, we just have a little bit of fun, and that's what it's all about. So I'm going to keep pushing forward with the way that I do things, and, by gosh, by golly, oh, by gosh, by golly. I guess we'll just see how it plays out. So I did say this is Monday. It is the 19th of June in the good year 2023, and I hope you're having a beautiful day out there today. And this is Operation Status Quo. I always do this. I just start talking and I forget to actually stay on point, which would be very helpful because, when you're trying to watch something, you would like for the person who's actually putting forth the content to have some sort of coherency enough to stay on topic. But this is the way my brain operates. You are getting a live look inside how my brain works all day long. Most people don't get to hear what's going on inside my brain all day long, but what's happening right now is the type of stuff that goes on inside my brain all day long. And, think about how that is for me, okay? You guys think you got it bad watching and paying attention to how I'm talking? Imagine how it is for me to have to get through this, all right? So, anyway, today's, this is Operation Status Quo. On Operation Status Quo, in case you're new here, hello and welcome, thank you. This is a place where we observe the status quo of life. We learn to flow with the status quo of life, and then we create our own flow of quo, because that's the only way to go. So, on today's program, ladies and gentlemen, is entitled Truth Is I'm Batman. And of course, obviously, I'm not Batman. I would like to be Batman. Bruce Wayne seems like a nice guy. He's got a lot of amenities in his life that make it, pretty nice as far as his financial situation, as well as having all these fun things scientifically, as far as his props, as it were, to play with and catch villains. So he's a pretty lucky guy. But I'm saying I'm Batman. Well, for two reasons. One, this idea came to me because of a story of my youth that involves Batman. But then on a second side of it, it made me kind of realize that, I started teasing myself when I was thinking about that story, which I'm going to tell in just a moment. But I started teasing myself about that, saying like, well, I am Batman in a way, right? Like, and I'm not saying me like I'm better than anybody else, but I am Batman in a way. Like, I'm always kind of, bobbing and weaving and ebbing and flowing through life. Like, I can't tell you. And Batman is, okay, let me stop because I'm ready to go on 2 points at once, and this is how I always do it. First, Batman is a great example of the Operation Status Quo, right? Because what did Bruce Wayne do? He observed the status quo of life. He saw what was going on. Gotham was crap, right? And then he flowed with the quo of life by, living as Bruce Wayne, in his that multi-millionaire lifestyle and being a, just kind of playboy or whatever kind of aloof, dealings that he had out there. Then then he created his own flow of quo by becoming Batman and cleaning up the city and fighting crime. And I kind of feel that way about life in a sense, because when I look back, especially, now it's as an older person, right? I can sit here and reflect back on my younger days, like, going through grammar school, high school, like, and all that type of thing. And, how many times I got in trouble or, was not following along the indoctrination plan, as I should have, and I was, always kind of just like, out there, and I was like never like serious crazy trouble, but as my grandma would say, he wasn't bad. It was just mischief. So I was just mischief. She always wanted to say mischievous. It was the funny thing. He's not bad. He's just mischief. And the rest of the word mischievous, it couldn't come out. Her brain would kind of stop at that point. But what a character she was too. But anyhow. And I realized that like through my life of, how I've kind of, I don't want to say, like an emotional or spiritual ninja in a way, but, first of all, I know there's a lot of talk about that, whether Batman's actually a ninja or not, self-trained and all this, depending what comic book line you follow. So we're not trying to get into an argument of, Batman's, true background or anything, but just the general idea of Batman. Okay. And Batman happens to be my favorite comic of all. Only because I will say this, all the superheroes, you like them, they're great. Like, Iron Man's a good one too, because Tony Stark, he built the equipment and he was in it. Same thing like with Batman. It's not like, he's anything out of the normal, right? He's a normal person, but has the intelligence. He's a fantastic detective and he has the intelligence and wherewithal to, to put what he needs together to do his, his business, as it were. So I appreciate that because, Superman's easy, right? It's easy to be Superman, because it's just you're impervious to everything, and you have no, you can fly, nobody can beat you up, you got lasers shooting out your eyes, it's pretty an easy gig, but be Batman and have to fight off everybody, and if you're not wearing your outfit or something and you get shot, or whatever the case may be, you're going down. I mean, how likely is Superman to find kryptonite, 'Cause let's be real. Let's be real. So anyway, I'd like to put this out to you. Oh, I didn't tell my Batman story. Oh my God. Okay, let me tell the Batman story, because can you imagine if I went on this whole thing and then never even told the Batman story? So when I was a kid, probably around, it's really young. We're talking like somewhere like 3, 4 at the most, 3-ish, somewhere in the 3 range, probably, there was a swing set in my backyard as a child growing up, and I was on the swing in the backyard. I'll never forget this other kid, neighbor, was on the swing next to me, and I'm just swinging back and forth, and I kept going, na 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 Batman. I'm swinging, right? And then the one time I go na 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 Batman. I jump off the swing, and for whatever reason, make a dash towards the back of the house, which had like a tall pane of glass by the door, and I just screamed, da na 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 Batman, and I literally jumped through the full pane glass. Can you imagine? Now, let me give applause, because now you're getting a little insight into what's going on inside my head. Yes, right? Now you can maybe have a little bit of sympathy for me instead of, chastising me. Hey-o. Obviously, I had serious mental issues as a 3-year-old child to decide to throw myself through a pane glass door. But anyway, I'll never forget my parents at the time picking all the glass out of I think I still have some little scars, actually, on my wrists and all from all the glass they were picking out of my arms when I did that. Fortunately, I was not injured to the point where I had to go to the hospital, and that's probably because I am Batman and I'm able to mitigate that type of circumstance, right? So, but anyway, that was the story that inspired me to put this horrible presentation in front of you 9 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen. But seriously, no, I'm joking, because it did make me think about Batman and the way, I like the character because it's more of a centered, character as far as, he's the training, the discipline, and of course, me when I talk about yoga practice and such and being with breath and all that type of thing. And, just gave me the idea of like, especially how I just related it to Operation Status Quo. And, it made me think of like, I'm a soul ninja. So, like, what are you guys out there? I'd like to kind of throw it back out to the audience and say to you guys, like, this is an opportunity, right, of everything that's going on in the world, to realize that we all have the power and abundance within ourselves to be the soul ninja, as it were, because, it is a battle for your soul. It's a battle for your soul. It's a battle for your mind. Honestly, that's kind of what this whole 3D paradigm is all about, right? Everything is, no matter what your spiritual beliefs may be, but at the end of it all, I've spoken from this point of view many times, where I basically say, our physical world is really the result of energies that are manifesting, behind the scenes. And I always feel the physical, what we see in the everyday physical, is like the last splat, that hits the wall after everything kind of congealed and, came together and formed behind the scenes, right? It's like the end of the line. So, and that's just like and it's really the lowest expression. So, and again, because of the way our world is in this life, and it's not even just like, forget about the entrapments of the world and all the nonsense that's going on right now. I mean, obviously this is a crazy, magical time, really, of change and growth in humanity. But in general, once we're in this position, once our soul, is embodied, as it were, now you have not only, the soul energy that is the essence of you, but on top of that, now you're in a body which has, its own set of kind of circumstances, like, the ego, obviously, and the personality that comes along with it, the basic needs of making sure that you're, stay healthy and take care of the body. I'm just saying, like, like the reptilian brain, kicking in. If I gotta eat, or I gotta whatever you gotta get. I need food. I need water. I need shelter. Just that normal stuff. I mean, that's the kind of thing, like, when they used to do the Black Friday sales, and everybody would like trample over each other for like, half price on a TV or something like that. That's like that reptilian brain just kicking in, like, I'll kill everybody I have to get what I need for me and my family to survive. But, in old days and other times, getting some food might, result in that sort of behavior. But the way our society is today, that is like for an Xbox or a TV, you'll kill your neighbor because, but it still comes from the same space of the reptilian brain feeling like, the me and the I, and I have to, keep what I have and all that type of thing. So going back to saying that it is a battle, this life in general, again, putting current circumstances aside, whatever, to me, I feel all time is time. It doesn't exist to begin with, right? And everything that happens in our physical paradigm generally is just of the time period. What was I going to say? It's just relative. It's just relative to the time period. So you can go back 100 years and find people philosophizing probably and talking about the end of the world, or a comet's coming, or whatever the terminology and the belief systems were then. But it's still the same thing, right? It's always the same thing. Like, it's either going to be the end of the world, or whatever the case may be, disease, right? I mean, like, it's this disease, that disease, end of the world, whatever the case may be. It's always the human story. It's always the same. It's just the same. It's just regurgitated over and over again with like different props, different scenery, different people, different mindset. But at the end of the day, you can't take away what the human experience is at its core, right? So, and that's why I'm trying to say all this today, as far as it's a spiritual battle out there. You could be the soul ninja, because ultimately, it's not about, I know there's a lot of people who don't believe in God or all that kind of thing. And I'm not even trying to make it, because I know some people get really over the top when they talk about, this, put on the God armor of God in the spiritual battle. And but at the same time, like, I try not to be that dramatic about it, because everything is all one. And ultimately, everything in your life is choice of walking, which path do you want to walk? And we're not perfect, right? No one's perfect. We're all going to have our flaws and maybe do things sometimes that we feel like we've gotten better with certain behaviors, and then all of a sudden we're kind of back down doing a few things we thought we wouldn't do again. It's like, how did I get back in this situation? I've worked so hard. And I think what's going on in today's world is just like, it's just like everything what I'm just saying, but it's like on super steroids. It's like steroids on steroids with a little extra steroids. And that's what makes everything so, why I feel there's so much, not just say angst today, but worry, the difficulty to make decisions or even know kind of which path to follow, because everything is so shook up. Back before, I say, before in the before times. That's like, anything before March of 2020. In the before times, everything was kind of the same generally. Some people might live a little bit of a different life. But what I mean is, like, it was like a funnel, and everybody was just on that path, down that funnel into the same petri dish of shit, as I always, kind of talk about. But now it's like such a blessed opportunity, right? Because things have changed so much and exposed so much. And, I know people, how they get with some of the, conspiracy theories. There's so many facets to go down, so many paths and all that. And that's what Operation Status Quo is about, right? We're about observing stuff, but at the end of the day, it's about remembering that everything really comes from right here, your heart center, from within, and how much power and choice we have to be our best selves and shut off, the noise on the outside. So, I mean, that's basically kind of the point of like what I'm making. It's like you have the opportunity, to be that soul ninja, as it were, spiritual warrior, or whatever you want to kind of call it, and it is always a battle. It is always a battle for your mind, and it is always a battle for your soul. Because, not to go into all the multidimensional and levels of this, that, and everything else, but I'm saying at the end of it all, you are a sovereign entity, a divine expression of source, and and encapsulated all within that, and even the bad parts of it are coming from source too. But it's almost like it's always like a test, it's like get in a flight simulator. You're not really flying the plane, but you feel like you're flying the plane, and then you learn how to fly a plane. And it's the same type of thing. Like, we think we're in these bodies and we feel that it's so real, but truthfully it's not. And it's really about I'm gonna say a test. I don't know, because I'm here, right? I'm sure. I'm definitely believe you choose your life before you come here, and all that type of thing. So I would say part of it is a test. A part of it is a growth experience. It's always about trying to get back to center and finding the oneness from which you came, right? Because the more that you can get to that space, the easier it is to get through life, because you're living in harmony and conjunction, with the natural, ebb and flow, as they said, bobbing and weaving, ebbing and flowing, but the natural ebb and flow, of your soul, right? So, and there's powers that be and entities that be that are more engaged in this knowledge. You have to remember, us as a general population society, these are not the truths or the information that's been brought forth to us from the beginning, because giving us that kind of power of being able to understand this, know this, and live this, obviously then takes away the power they have to keep us under control financially, socially, and everything else that goes on, education, medically, just like everything, right? So, they're not going to let you know it, and that's why this life is like the battle for your soul. And you are, the warrior, so you have to, look what's going on out there and not get crazy and upset, and always remember, to go back center. And I'm saying this too because, I watch a lot of things, and, I don't really get heavy and all, but, I just, stuff that people don't talk about a lot. Like, I've just seen like suicide rates and so many different aspects of our lives like that have just like shot through the roof, drug overdoses, all those type of things, since, the fake pandemic and everything. And it's really just a shame. It's a shame because, again, it's the battle. It's the battle. And to think that a person would feel so disempowered, or maybe helpless, or maybe no space to turn to, or whatever, that they wind up in that type of situation. And these are the words I'm saying, is that, like, it's always great to have someone to lean on, right? It's always great to have a support group. We all need support groups, but at the end of it all, to be around people that are in a vibration that, may under the guise of support, but is keeping you in a lower level, it's not worth it. So, you'll always find the people you need in your life. But the first thing to do is to find yourself and, your heart center and that space. And once you get there, the outside world will provide the support you need for, the direction you're going. So you have to remember that everything that you're seeing in the outside world essentially, is just support for what you're kind of thinking on the inside. So you, ladies and gentlemen, let me give a round of applause. You are the spiritual warriors. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah. Oh, don't we have a good time here on Operation Status Quo? We do. And it's all about empowering you, making you realize, life's not that complicated. Life's not that serious. Don't be sad. Don't get crazy. We all have responsibilities. We take care we got to take care of. Forget about all that crap they're telling us on the news and the fake shit they're showing us all the time, trying to keep us scared, trying to keep us down. Go out there and be your best. Go out there and be your best. Hold on, I want to get this done. Go out there and be your best. Go out there and be your best. Yeah, one more round of applause because I'm pumped up now. I'm ready. I want to go be my best. I gotta be my best. Somebody help me to be my best. No, I don't need anybody's help to be my best. I'm my own. I'm my own best. I'm my own best. Okay, I'm sorry. If you were here with me through this program, I hope you have not turned it off at this point. I apologize for my my mental conditions. As you know, as I told you, I threw myself through a pane glass window, ladies and gentlemen. That's just one tiny story of all the kookiness that has gone on in my brain through my life. But honestly, it's great. I feel empowered. I do. That's why I'm here, because I feel empowered, and I want you to feel empowered. I can't force you, but this is a space you can come here anytime. You can participate. I'm hoping the messages resonate with you and just make you feel good. I hope you're up there doing a little dance or whatever you're doing right now, because you feel so happy about what we're talking about here today on Operation Status Quo. So truth is, I'm Batman, but I'm not. But I am. But I'm not. But I am. You understand? And so are you. But you're not. But you are. See what I mean? That's how it gets a little confusing, but it's the truth. But it's not. But it is. All right, seriously, thank you guys so much for spending time with me here today on Operation Status Quo, where, of course, we observe the status quo of life. We learn to flow with the status quo of life, and then we create our own flow of quo, because that's the only way to go. I love you individually as well as a group. God bless you out there. I thank you so much for your time. I really do. If it behooves you, I would love for you to like, subscribe, share, send this out to your family, your friends, those you love, and of course those you despise as well, because they need the most help of all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until tomorrow, thanks again for your time. I love you guys out there. Stay strong. Don't be fearful. Stay strong. Great things are happening. The world is changing into a beautiful place. I know it seems crazy and it sounds crazy. We just have to keep pushing forward and create what we want to see. Be what the change you want to see in the world. Believe in yourself and do it. Do it. Do it. All right. Till tomorrow. Operation Status Quo disengaged.
Is a boulevard of 10 short blocks.